All right, Duskbloods on the Switch 2 network test is live. What are my thoughts? I'm going to tell you right now, I did 2 runs. I won the first one, as wonky as it felt. There's been a few videos out already where, the glaze is obviously there. FromSoft invited these guys out. The whole spiel, right? There's game testers. I am proud to be a part of this network test. I'm happy for it, but I will give you the harsh reality. I don't think it's as good as people are saying. I see the vision. Why? What Nintendo did to FromSoft to like get on their knees and beg for a fucking exclusive game. I don't know what else what else they were doing behind the scenes, but I don't know, bro. Like the Switch 2 is not strong enough. It literally feels like Bloodborne on when it dropped. Like you are absolutely not gonna hit 60 frames per second in 2026 on the Switch 2 on this game. And I don't know if they're probably going to push back the production, the release date just to fix this. I know they can. If there's one thing Nintendo is really good at, it's optimization for their games at least. And if they're going to make it an exclusive, then they're gonna have to work pretty hard on this one. Look, I mean, you can argue the whole 30 frames versus 60 FPS, all that bullshit, 120 FPS. Let's be honest, bro. The Switch 2 is a next gen console. Why does it look like that? Why does it play like that? It feels like there's a motion blur in there too, and it's fucking atrocious. You can't get rid of it. The game for a FromSoft, if you're gonna do PvE or PvPvE, you gotta have the beautiful snappiness of fighting that FromSoft is known to have. And there were some fights that I got into, bro, that just felt fucking wonky as hell. I was Zork in my first run, and he's pretty funny. He's fun as fuck to use. He looks goofy as shit. Classic Dark Souls-esque character, dude. He's funny. The characters are really good. Their movement sets are cool. Their special abilities are cool as fuck. I do want to play more, but I can tell that it's not the full product. Let's be honest, if people that played Elden Ring on the Switch when they were playtesting complained about the frame drops and the poor optimization, I want to be the one that does not glaze Duskbloods and tells you that you need to go back and better optimize it. The final room, the free-for-all, the 1v1v1, there was not much going on in there, so I'd say I was getting 60 frames per second. It was definitely better than the actual running around in the city. Quick breakdown, you pick a character, you load into a map, everybody picks a section, and whatever the most picked section is, that's where you're going to land. There's a few different sigils and different things in the game where you can be passive, you can form allies, you can even propose to somebody on the other team. They're like little hidden missions. Something that I think would have been cool as fuck in like an extraction shooter, right? Or let's just take Marathon, for example. As much as Marathon has fumbled and it's digging its grave as we speak, it would have been cool if there were contracts in Marathon where you load in and you immediately have a target or a bounty for another player. This is kind of what it's like. There's a sigil in here that links you to another character and you're just harassing him the entire run. The main idea of the game is just like Night Rain. You're running around, you're fighting enemies, but there's actual players involved this time. Some of them run away from you, and that brings me up to another point. The movement's cool, but I personally think it's a bit much. Motherfuckers are jumping and flying around everywhere. If we complain about bunny hopping and all this bullshit in like modern like first person shooters, dude, this is exactly what it feels like. Motherfuckers are moving too much. Their ability spamming. It's a whole lot of shit going on with a game that's not optimized to what it should be. And I think that's my biggest issue. It's cool, but it's not great. It is definitely overhyped by the videos that you've probably seen already before the network test came out. The main idea, you load in, there's 7 other players with you, so it's a map of 8. You rush bosses, you rush enemies, you do little target points or points of interest in the map. You level up as fast as you can, and the more you kill, you basically get enough points to make it to the 1v1v1 at the end of the third night. That's a quick way of dumbing it down and giving you the idea of what's going on. You can form a little NPC ally. I had this giant dude that was funny as fuck. He would just walk around and sing, and then he would yell at people and beat the shit out of them. He literally like fucking body slammed somebody in the final like free for all. It was hilarious. There's a lot of good ideas with this game. I really want to see it succeed, but if I'm being completely honest with you guys, if Duskbloods were to get a release date of spring 2027 on Switch, but I knew for a fact that it was going to get released Christmas 2028 on all platforms, especially PC, then I'm just going to shelve the Switch and wait for PC. Dude, Splatoon Raiders runs fucking flawlessly on the Switch too versus this game. Is it a different studio? Yes. Is it different rendering, different back end shit and development? Obviously, but there's so many bars that have been raised, and there's so many standards that should be an immediate consideration when creating a game. And for somebody like FromSoft, or for a development studio like FromSoft, like I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. At first, I think because of the map and the old like Victorian vampire-esque look, I wanted to say that that's what made it feel like Bloodborne. But if I'm being totally honest, what made it feel like Bloodborne was the grainy, low FPS, like choppy look and motion blur, and it just doesn't feel right. It does not feel as snappy as possible. And if we're taking PvPvE into consideration, I'm getting snappier controls on Mistfall Hunter that is made by a smaller studio, if I'm not mistaken. One thing that I can say, and this isn't a video of just straight complaining, because I am a huge Dark Souls fan. This is a video of me just being the truth and being the voice to a platform that has to fucking glaze everything and just kiss everybody's asses. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not very impressed with Duskbloods. I'm just being honest. There's so much other good shit out there, dude. Dare I say, if I wanted to jump into an extraction shooter that's not Hunt, that's not in Mistfall Hunter, I'm gonna say it, bro. Marathon's better than Duskbloods. I'm gonna say it. I had more fun in my first few matches on Marathon when I got the game than Duskbloods. Only difference is Duskbloods was a free network test that I signed up for and I got approved for, and with this bitch ass Marathon, I had to buy it. So that's that, right? Anyways, guys, Duskbloods is cool. I'm gonna keep playing it. I might play it for like one more or two more runs. I might keep the homie Zork and just go bonk motherfuckers, but it's very forgettable at this point. Like the only thing that's gonna help me remember this game is the video that I post, or videos that I post, because as of right now, it's not it. It's not as hyped as people make it out to be. I'm being honest with you guys.